we should be live now, Chief.
Hello.
We live?
Hello.
We're live?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it true? Are you sure? I always feel so awkward during this part right here. Like
We're always wondering.
you can't tell if you're live or not, and you try to see it, but it doesn't work.
We should be live now, Chief.
Oh, there it is. It's live.
It's for real. Oh, we're here. I
For
see
real.
I see it now. Well, hey, let's get this started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone out there in Facebook land. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a special guest, but before we get to them, let me introduce my co-hosts, Leah Matthews and Julie Mitchell. Ladies, how are you doing today?
Hi,
Doing
good
great.
morning.
Hey.
Everything good?
Yes, sir.
All right, so hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see, if you want to know what's going on with the exchange, make sure you follow the page. And of course, if you like the video, go ahead and hit like and follow us if you can. So thank you so much for everybody watching. Julie, let's get it going. Who do we have today?
Today, we have an award-winning duo from Nashville. They are known for their powerful storytelling and heartfelt lyrics. They were voted Americana Band of the Year and Emerging Band of the Year 2018 by the Indie Music Channel, and they were inducted into the 2019 IMC Hall of Fame. Please help us welcome Tommy and Lorrie Harden, better known as Lost Hollow.
Yay.
Hello. Yay.
Thank you.
Hi. Thank you for asking us. This is a real honor for us. So.
Well, thank you, Tommy and Lorrie. Thank you so much for being live with us. We're thrilled to have you. It means a lot to the service members, military families, and veterans to have you with us today to boost a little morale. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It's anything we have a special place in our hearts. Lorrie's dad was a Marine, and my dad was in the Army. Mm-hmm. So he was Force Recon. I had to ask a Force Recon Marine to marry his daughter.
You survived.
I did. He hasn't killed me yet, and neither has she. So
You must have done something right. And for everybody watching, thanks for joining us. Throughout this broadcast, we'll be reading your comments. So if you have any questions or you want to leave some love for Tommy and Lorrie, go ahead and do that throughout, and you'll get a chance to have your comment read out loud. Now would be a good time if you want to start a watch party. Now would be a good time.
So let's get this going. Tommy and Lorrie, great to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves, where you're from, your band, and your music?
Well, I'm originally from North Carolina. She's originally from New Jersey via Colorado. And we have lived in Nashville since the late 1700s.
No.
And, now, we've been in Nashville for almost 30 years, and we have 6 children. We've been married for quite a while, and we have been in the music business forever here. I've toured with different artists, Ricky Skaggs, Reba McEntire.
As a drummer.
And
a studio musician.
Currently touring with Alabama. And then, I've done studio recording for about 23 years and played on a lot of #1 records. And we're just having fun raising kids, and we love this country, and we love what you guys do. So it was such a privilege for us to be here today. So.
Yay.
How did Lost Hollow start?
Lost Hollow?
Yeah.
Well, we were doing why don't you do this?
We were doing an EP for me. And one of the songs we did that I wanted to put on the album was a song that he wrote. And I loved it so much. I said, oh my gosh, let's do this, but let's do it as a duet. And that's kind of how it started, because we originally came to sing together, and then life took over. So we started Lost Hollow, I think in 2012,
2011, something like that.
And our kids join us for different tours, and it's an absolute blast.
We've had at least one of our kids in the band probably four out of the 6 kids have been in the band at one time or the other. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Y'all have made it a family affair. That's great. And I understand. So you did speak a little bit about this, that you both have a connection to the military through your fathers. Tommy, you said your dad was in the Army and he served in Germany. And then Lorrie, your dad was a Marine. So did y'all grow up in military families or?
no,
No.
by the time we all came around, they were done.
Yeah.
So
Done serving.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your family's legacy of service and your passion for the military as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah. Thank you for your service. So.
Awesome. Well, you guys, how are you holding up during the pandemic? Has COVID-19 affected your music at all? Did you have plans that were canceled, any tours or anything?
We did. We actually should be in the UK right now. We were supposed to fly over and do a couple dates in April. I know. And then we should be there right now doing some dates. But that all got postponed until next year. So
Yeah, we were supposed to be opening up for an artist named Rumor, who's amazing. And everything just canceled basically. I was supposed to also be doing dates for Alabama in June. Those got canceled. Hopefully the one in July, we're crossing our fingers that they still hold it.
yeah, everything's up in the air, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we have a studio at home and we've been doing
We've been doing live streams.
live streams as a band.
Mhm.
You know, we've been doing a lot of work at home. So trying to keep busy.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Tommy and Lorrie.
But it does affect us. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, it's definitely with everything opening back up. Our son works at Starbucks, and as careful as they are, we just found out yesterday that one of his coworkers that he worked with on Sunday ended up testing positive. So he's on his way to go get a test, and we're back home. Yes. So
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh no.
And none of us really can go anywhere until we find out from him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're just being safe, and you know, I think as safe as everybody is at Starbucks, they clean all the time and they were wearing masks. We're just really hoping that he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hope so too. Gosh, that hits close to home, right? When it's your own kid who's
Totally. Yeah, that changes everything, because then you wonder, well, what is our responsibility, and do we tell people yet? And you know, but we're just staying, because things have just started opening back up.
Yep.
So
same.
yeah.
Fingers crossed it comes back negative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think
Thank
it will. So yes, we'll let everybody know. But
So, speaking, as you know, we have a lot of airmen, soldiers, sailors, Marines, coasties, and military families watching. What words of inspiration or thanks do you have for all of our heroes battling on the front lines against COVID-19?
Just know that there's a lot of us who are not in the military and not involved in the military who absolutely support you guys and love you guys and are there. We pray for you guys every day.
yeah.
We pray for our president every day, and we pray for the leaders, military, that God gives you strength and protection, and we are there for you. And you know,
Yeah, we are so appreciative of, I mean, it's like, I just have a tiny taste of with my son, but you guys are there on the front lines around that all the time. I just, such honor and respect for just COVID, but then everything you do around the world. It's not, we don't really comprehend it because we're not there. We just know that we're safe because of you guys. And what an honor. I mean, I get goosebumps. It's always such an honor to just know of the presence of the military is protecting us. I mean, and you are, and that's so amazing.
It's so funny when we go to Lorrie's dad's house. Everything is Marines. There's flags. There's books. He wears shirts every day. It's just so funny.
That's, I love that.
Such a part of his life and such a part of our lives.
Yeah.
And I bought his truck, and his truck had a Sacrifice sticker on the back of it.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, do I take it off? Marines? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take it off. I'm gonna honor him.
Yeah.
And so people will come up to me and say, were you in the Marines? I'm like, no, my father-in-law was, but I didn't want to take the sticker off. That would be disrespectful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marines have a special kind of pride in their service. We work with a Marine veteran named Johnny, and he is all about the Semper Fi. So
Yeah.
So here at our headquarters in Dallas, Chief Reyes, he's assigned to the Air Force, he serves in the Air Force and is assigned to the exchange. Sorry, Chief. And Leah and I, we're civilians. The Army and Air Force Exchange Service, we're mission essential during the pandemic. So our stores and our restaurants are open all over the world. We would love to hear some words of inspiration from y'all for our 33,000 associates who are coming into work day in and day out.
Wow. That, we've had the privilege, not necessarily a privilege. I mean, we think it's a pain in the neck, like, oh, we have to stay home, but we've had the privilege of staying home and staying safe.
Mm-hmm.
And for people that have gone out, like the 33,000 civilians, are they the civilians that are taking care
we're
of
mainly civilians. Yeah. A lot of veterans and military spouses work for us, but we're civilians.
That's amazing, because, and I bet you guys, I know everybody's safe, but you probably don't even think twice about it. Because I feel like the military, I feel like all you people in the military, all you amazing human beings in the military don't think twice about it. It's just what you do because of your love for the military, for each other, for the country.
Yep.
You can tell I was raised with honor. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for taking care of the soldiers. And putting yourself, just putting yourself out there. That is, wow, respect, major respect. Thank you.
Thank you for those words. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean it from my heart. I just, I do. You guys, like I said, we are safe because of you. And the military would not be able to do what they do if they weren't being taken care of by the 33,000. That's a lot of people that are taking care of.
It is a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a great workforce.
Yeah. Yay. Kudos to all of you guys. That is awesome.
Thank you.
I love it. And I respect and honor you guys. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for those words. I know our associates will really appreciate that, and same for the military community, for your words of inspiration to them as well. Julie, I wanted to call out, Johnny's watching, so I'm sure he saw your little shout out.
Oh, did I get a shout out?
You gave Johnny a shout out.
I did, and he has now come back and said Semper Fi, do or die. So yay, thanks, Johnny.
That's awesome.
I should have worn one of him shirts.
Yes,
today.
you should have. That's okay.
Mommy and Lorrie, we've been checking out your music, and we'd love to have you play a song for us. Can we hear Looking for Happy?
Yes. Can I tell you a little bit about it?
Absolutely. Please do.
Because I think it's pretty appropriate for what's happening right now. Years ago, my sister was going through some postpartum depression, which I'm sure with COVID, a lot of people have been going through depression.
Mm-hmm.
And so her counselor had suggested that she find a little something to bring her joy every day. So she did 100 Days of Happy on Instagram years ago. And I think she's doing it again, where she would just post a picture of just a little something that just brought her joy. And probably by day 30, I would check every day and see, and I was like, Tom, we've got to write a song about this. Just a song about the little things that make you happy, and just that journey of finding happiness. And so that's how we wrote this song. And you want us to play it for you?
Yes.
Okay, we'd love
All
to.
right, here we go.
Please.
Okay. Daisies swaying, free in the breeze, the birds in the trees are singing along with me. I'm just looking for happy. Sunrise lights my smiley face, pop sliding in my socks, I pour my first cup of. I'm just looking for happy. If you open your heart, you will see there's a million little opportunities to be looking for happy, looking for happy. Come picture pages where wizards and knights have magical fights as the rain taps so tepidly. I'm just looking for happy. If you open your heart, you will see a million little opportunities to be looking for happy, looking for happy. Holding hands, toes in the sand, your head on my shoulder, drinking the moment the sun falls into the sea. I'm just looking for happy. Yeah, I'm just looking for happy. Thank you.
Y'all, that was fantastic. And I agree. It is such an important message right now to find our own happy where we can. You guys are getting some great feedback on Facebook. Everybody loves the harmonica. Chris Ward says he loves the uke. Pierre says, great song. Judd gave some applause via a little emoji. We also have people watching from all over the US. We have hello from Fort Rucker, Alabama. Hello from Austin. Hello from China Lake. Someone is watching from Germany.
Wow. Hello.
So yeah, y'all are Stuttgart. Renata is watching from Stuttgart. So, and then Brian Hyatt says the song is very peaceful. So you got some great feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, like you said, I think it's such an appropriate song for this time because this is hard. I mean, we've been, most of our family, my two oldest children are on the other side of Nashville, but I still know where they are, but I have friends that have just been dealing with this by themselves. They live alone. And so for 2 months they've been alone, and I can't imagine that. So
agree. I'm at home with my husband and my son, and I would be devastated to be by myself and not have anyone. So right. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, and so for them, I think it is, and for all of us, it's just looking at those little things. Like for us, it's the beach, and for him, it's reading Harry Potter, even though at his age, he's like a big Harry Potter fan. And finding joy.
You're never too old to be a nerd.
Agree.
And I think that just if we're waiting for the big things to make us, to make us not sad anymore. And sometimes it's just those tiny little things that will help dig us out of that depression. So yeah. Yes. So I love that song.
Tommy, Lorrie, we are loving you and your music. Can you tell us a little bit more about your musical influences?
Yeah. I grew up, my musical influences, of course, were just very amazing women like Linda Ronstadt and Carla Bonoff and Carole King, Annie Lennox. Such a fan. I'm all about the emotion. I just, I need to feel the songs. And I love country music. I love Mary Chapin Carpenter, and I love Trisha Yearwood. Love Shania Twain. Got some sass in there, So I just like stories, and I like to tell sad stories and happy stories, and I just, sing about life. And I like music to just touch me. So those are some of my influences.
And I grew up listening to the Sting and the Police. That was my favorite.
Very cool. And you guys.
Well, you also grew up loving Elton John.
Elton John. I was a huge Elton John fan.
Huge Elton John fan.
Glenn Hansard, the kind of newer crop of people.
Right.
Ray LaMontagne. We really, the thing about, and then moving to Nashville, playing country music, to me, it really doesn't matter what kind of music is, as long as it's great music, we just love really, really great music.
Yes,
so
we do.
And y'all have worked with some incredible musicians like Reba, Faith Hill, Carole King. Who's been your favorite to work with, and how come?
Gosh, that's like saying who's your favorite child.
In trouble.
Reba was amazing. I played for her for 14 years.
Wow.
That was incredible. We got to tour with Kelly Clarkson. We got to tour with George Strait. Just an amazing, Brad Paisley. And then Alabama has been just a dream, getting to play for Alabama. The very first time I went and subbed for him at the Wynn Hotel in Vegas, I remember I'm sitting there playing, and I think he was playing Feels So Right, and I went, I'm pretty sure I danced to this song at the prom. So
yeah,
this is kind of full circle for me.
Yeah,
I'm playing for these guys. It's weird. So, and I've gotten to be really, really good friends with Teddy, the bass player, and he's just one of my close friends, and we talk all the time, and we send each other memes and crazy stuff. He keeps me in. Sold me some beef the other day because he's got a beef farm, and so Ricky Skaggs was a genius. We call Ricky Skaggs the Ricky Skaggs College of Knowledge. So you really have to be like a super player to get into his band, and that was an honor to be able to play with him. So yeah, it's
and recently you played on Mo Pitney's record, new upcoming artist. That's
yeah, Mo Pitney. I'm on his brand new record, getting ready. Just some great stuff. Got to play for 3 different presidents with the Gatlin Brothers. That was my first gig in Nashville.
Oh wow,
that was fun. Got to play the White House. It was pretty amazing. So
yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah. So
what a journey.
Yeah. So we're just privileged to be able to live in Nashville and to be around so much talent. There's so much talent in this town, and there's you really think you don't ever have to motivate anybody in Nashville. Everybody's very self-motivated here.
Sure.
Yes.
So
yeah.
But I used to drive down to Dallas and take drum lessons. Sorry, that was an ADD moment there.
Yes.
Wow.
Drum lessons from who?
Pretty cool.
I used to drive down to North Texas State and take from Ed Soph, who is a drumming super genius.
Yes.
So
in Denton, is that where you were going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Used to drive down there, and he would tie me in a knot for about an hour and a half, and then send me home. Take a couple months to work it out.
It clearly paid off if you've had this amazing career. So that's time well spent, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Untying those knots was a time well spent.
Yeah. So, but we've had a blast writing as well. To write for different artists in town, and getting to write with the songwriters in town are amazing. I mean, every time you co-write with Nashville songwriters, you really take something, you're able to take a different tool and put it in your tool belt, learn something from
Sure.
them. They're just such geniuses.
Yes, very true.
So,
Very, very true.
hey, can I do a military buddy of mine?
Yeah.
Is
Go for it.
that cool?
Sure.
Sure, go for it.
Hi to Chris and Melissa Higby up in, they live in Ohio now.
Ohio now.
And Melissa is she's been in 21 years now, I think.
Mhm.
And he's the military husband. She's in the military. So
Excellent. So Bruce and Melissa in Ohio, thank you for your service.
Chris, yeah, yep.
Chris and Melissa.
Chris and
Chris.
Melissa, not
Yeah.
Bruce. Okay, Chris, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Your shout out. Sorry.
There's a Bruce and Melissa somewhere out there saying, "Oh, how do I
Right.
Ohio.
Very
Well,
true.
Tommy, you guys, how we're all self-isolating, you guys are too. We've talked a lot about that. How are you guys staying inspired during the quarantine?
Well, I've loved having my children home. I know that sounds crazy. That has brought me more joy. Our daughters and son are the three youngest. I kind of divide my children between the three oldest and the three youngest. But my three youngest, she's 17, 15, and almost 13. There's constant music in this house. They are songs and the girls are singers, and there is constant. We have, I think Maggie did a count, and I think we have either 13 or 16 guitars in our house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's somebody always playing something.
We have 2 pianos, about 17 guitars, and we have a studio with a drum kit, and it's like there's always somebody playing something.
Always somebody's playing something, or they're singing together, or it is, and that brings me joy, and that's inspiration of, you know what, they're taking, they miss school, and yes, they miss their friends, but they're still being creative, and it just makes me smile. So for me, that has been such a blessing, and just having them around. I really love my kids. So, and then he's been busy. He's been blessed with, because we have a studio in the basement, he's had a lot of people asking him to do drum tracks at the house, and then he sends them. So I'm like, you haven't felt COVID like I have.
We've been working quite a bit downstairs. So
that's really great. And just
that's
preparing for what is going to be happening once everything starts to open up. This has been a great time of contemplation, and like, what do you want to do when things open up again?
So what is ahead for you as things start easing, restrictions start easing? What's ahead for y'all?
Well, we definitely want to start playing around again, which I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I think music, unfortunately, is going to be one of the last things that is going to open up.
because of the crowd factor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I understand that, and that's the drag. So we try to do things online. We have a friend that lives in London that has literally done a show on Facebook Live every day since it started. I think he's on day 58. Every night, 8 o'clock his time, 2 o'clock our time. His name is Tony Moore. He does a 2-hour show. Just
every night, 2 hours. Oh my
every
goodness.
night. He does covers. He has friends come in and do videos. He interviews people. It is just this community that he's brought together, like what you guys have, of just bringing some joy to such a stressful time. And for me, like, we're writing some stuff. I'm looking at doing some voiceover work, it's just been a great time of preparation mentally and for what we get to do now that things are starting to open up. It's been great.
We're working with a company too in LA, hoping to get some of our songs in movies and stuff. So we're excited about that as well.
Yeah, so we're trying to take advantage of the time that we can't be out singing for people to do some other things. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing to stay busy.
Pretty
Besides
cool.
tons of laundry and tons of laundry and 2 loads of dishes a day.
Oh yeah, hear ya.
Seriously, it's when you got lots of kids and you're cooking at home, it's lots of dishes. So, but fortunately my kids, they do so much. So that's a great thing.
Trained them well.
Oh yeah. I tell them, our job is to teach you how to do it. We're not doing it for you.
Yeah, and you don't get to sit around on your butt and do nothing all day. This house is gonna run.
Yeah.
Raise them right.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. No entitlement here.
Oh, sorry, Lori.
No, go ahead. It was being funny.
Oh, I was just gonna say we've been chatting a whole lot, but we would love to hear some more music from you guys. Can you tell us about We Are One and then maybe play it?
Yes. So we go over to the UK a lot to do music, and we have some really good friends, Rachel and Christian, that live in Northampton, which is kind of in the middle of the UK. And they have this amazing, it's called Brixworth Farm. And it is a daycare for special needs adults. And it is the most beautiful facility. And so, sorry, our dog's barking. So we wrote a called We Are One, that's about support for them, for Brixworth, and just coming together, that because I think these are adults that have to live with their parents for the rest of their lives. And some of them will be able to move forward, but, and so it's a hard thing, I think, for parents to have special needs adults with them. And these are amazing human beings. We've been over there, we play for them. They're probably our favorite group to ever perform for. They have like 50 clients. And it's just a song of support, and that we're all in this together, which again is another amazing song for what's happening during this time.
Yeah, and for the military as well.
That
we are one.
We are one.
We are one unit.
Yeah. So that's where we came
Let's
up.
hear it.
Okay, we're ready.
Awesome.
Ready?
Yeah.
When your low road is never ending, and the burden you're wearing you carry alone, when your heartache feels no mending, and you're lost with no fight and no sight of home,
2, 3.
I'll be there for you to help you make room. There's nothing we can't do. We are one. I'll be by your side through the dark and light. Together, you and I, we are one. When your faith has lost its meaning, and the feeling of hope is nowhere inside, when your spirit is only grieving and you need healing, the hand you will reach for is mine. I'll be there for you to help you make it through. There's nothing we can't do. We are one. I'll be by your side through the dark and light. Together, you and I, we are one. I'll be there for you to help you make it through. There's nothing we can't do. We are one. I'll be by your side through the dark and light. Together, you and I, we are one. Together, you and I, we are one. Oh, together, you and I, we are one.
I like that one.
Aw, thanks.
Awesome.
That's a fun one.
Yes, I like that. You had people really like that too. Lots of good stuff coming over Facebook on that.
Yay.
Thank you.
Kate
Yeah,
says,
that's kind of when we do Facebook Lives, we always end on because I feel like we need to stay together and, you know, as a community and as a country and as the world and, you know, help each other, support each other.
Kate says, great song, and I love the story behind it. And then Pierre says, bravo.
Thank you. Thank you, Pierre.
Thanks, Pierre.
So here's a random question. Brian Hyatt, Hyatt asked, what is your favorite food? You mentioned a friend gave you some fresh beef. Is it steak?
Grass-fed,
I think so.
grass-fed beef. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we made some ribeyes the other night. Oh, holy mackerel.
Oh.
Yeah,
So good.
it was a mackerel. It was,
Um,
no kidding.
My favorite food. What's your favorite food?
I don't know. I love steak.
She
I
loves.
think a good filet mignon is just mwah.
Yeah, and she loves eggs Benedict too. So
Well, that's a breakfast food. And then,
I love being from North Carolina. I love fried oysters. I know that sounds weird.
Oh.
Oh,
I
that
thought
was
you were
not what I
gonna
was expecting you to
say-
say. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say
I was
barbecue.
expecting country ham. So
Yeah, country ham. That's another one. But Calabash, North Carolina, that's where a lot of that fried seafood kind of came from. And
Wow.
that's one of my
Who
favorites.
knew?
and you never have it because it's really hard to get fried oysters.
No,
Yeah.
especially this far from the coast.
Yes, for sure.
That's
That's
a
weird. Isn't
Very
it?
specific food, fried oysters from Calabash, North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
What about you, Sergeant? What's your favorite food?
Oh man. Oh, I don't. Oof, that's tough.
It is.
It don't have to be a something like Puerto Rican, like, you know, arroz con gandules and lechon, which is like rice and pigeon peas with a nice piece of pork, you know, the side. They usually roast it and they chop it up for you. And then you get that crispy skin with some fat and then some meat on it. Oh, it's so good.
Do
So
you
good.
make
That
that?
sounds.
Chief, do you
That makes
make
me want
that?
to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Let's
Puerto
go.
Rico, yeah, they got a place called Guavate up there, and you'll see the pigs roasting up and down the street, and everybody's partying, drinking, and I mean, you just, hey, let me get that pig here. If you want pig ears, they'll chop it up right there.
Oh my
You want
God.
ribs, they'll chop it up. They'll have all types of food. Oh, it's delicious. I think I
Okay,
can.
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's
All right.
delicious.
Like,
Chief,
All right.
do you
super
make
hungry
it?
now.
Put us on the list. We're going.
Yeah, put that on the bucket list. We're going.
Yeah.
Then you could get up on stage. They got bands up there playing, you know, salsa merengue. You get up there, do your thing, and bring a little country to Puerto Rico.
Hey, we could do that. We could even intertwine it all.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bring some salsa to our folk country stuff. There's my challenge.
That'll be awesome. I'll be excited to hear that.
That would be awesome. We're gonna work on that. Seriously, you wait.
What
Hey,
about
so
you?
there's a song I've learned about called "Sleeping with the Telephone." It's a duet you wrote for Reba McEntire and Faith Hill. Can you tell us about that song and possibly play it for us?
Okay, so when we wrote this song probably 2007, I think,
6.
2006.
We had just started writing for my record that we got us started with Lost Hollow.
And I was at a friend of mine's studio, and I picked up his guitar, and he had this tuning that I've never used, and it's called Dadgad. So it's D-A-D-G-A-D, and it's a kind of an Irish tuning.
Mm-hmm.
And so he showed me a couple of chords. So I came home, and the next day she wanted to write. So we went downstairs to write. And so I tuned the guitar to Dad Guide. I said, check this out. And I literally started playing this melody, and it just fell out. And she's always been the type of person that when I play her a melody with no words, she can go, no, that's not about this. This is about that. She can name what the song is about. And so she looked at me and she said, that's a duet. And I went, no, it's not. It's like more of a, and she said, no, it's a duet. And it's a duet between a soldier's wife and a cop's wife. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a great idea. Quick call Dawn. So we
called our friend, didn't really know him that well. You did. Don Rollins, who's an amazing songwriter, who wrote the song, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. I think we all know that Alan Jackson song, right?
Oh, yeah.
And asked him if he would write the song with us.
So literally we came up with the melody. He came over the next day. We wrote the song. The next morning we demoed the song. Mm-hmm. I sent it to Reba because she was looking for songs for her duets record. And it was literally on her cut 3 weeks later with Faith Hill. So Lorrie got to go to the session and get a picture taken with Faith Hill and Reba. And we have a picture on our wall with Reba and Carole King. That's a different song.
That's a different song, but that's okay.
Yeah. So we got 2 songs on that record. And the other one was with Carole King as well. So we got a picture with Carole King. So,
I love her.
I do too.
Yeah, me too. So,
and that song, let's make this long story longer. Reba and Carole King performed that song for George Bush for his
Kennedy Center.
No, it was his light. What was that? What's that he had?
The 1,000
Points of Light organization.
Yes.
They did a special.
Yeah, but it was done at the Kennedy Center.
It was.
And it was on NBC. It was
so that was pretty cool watching our song be performed by them with George Bush.
And that song's
with President George Bush. That was amazing.
That song's called Everyday People.
It's a career highlight for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
And the BMI ended up sending our money to Sly and the Family Stone. We also wrote a song called Everyday People. So,
back in the 70s.
Yes.
We're like, hey, it's not theirs, it's ours. Send us our money.
Well, we would love to hear Sleeping with the Telephone, since you said it has a military tie. We'd love it if you could play that one for us.
We will. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
thank you.
Pretend that I'm a cop's wife. I know you're gonna really have to use your imagination.
We'll pretend. We got the imagination strong. Our game is strong.
Yeah. That's a loud guitar. I knew who he was when I took his name, but somehow knowing is just not the same late at night. He calls it duty, but he does what he does. He calls it duty, but I call it love. Here I am, while he's gone to some foreign land, and I cry, 'cause I'm all alone, and the nights get so cold and long, and I try not to think he won't come home, but I'm sleeping with a telephone.
The yellow ribbon on my neighbor's gate always reminds me that someone's awake just like me. I hear the sirens and I watch the news. He laughs and leaves with his gun and his blue uniform. And I pray God keeps him safe from harm. And I cry, 'cause I'm all alone, and
telephone. Something awakes me from where he should be. I reach for him. Telephone rings.
Now, yay.
Thank you.
Applause.
Ah,
That's a hard conversation.
Thank
Yeah,
you
that
so
is-
much, Tommy, Lorrie. That's awesome. Thank you. Really great. A lot of loves and likes out there. I saw a couple comments here. Everybody loves the music. But before we go, can you tell all the viewers where they can learn more about you, your social media handles, your website? Where can they find more information about Lost Hollow?
You can find us on any of the socials by typing in the social and then Lost Hollow Band. Lost Hollow Band.
and it's the
And-
same with our website.
Yeah, and our band is losthollowband.com. And please, if you like what you heard, like us on Facebook and join us on Instagram, and we're on Twitter, and yeah. So and we would love to be able to share this on our website as well. I don't know if we can share this video or not.
Yes, please
Absolutely.
share it. Please share
Okay,
the
we will.
feed.
Yeah, we would
Absolutely.
love to.
Absolutely,
Yep.
we would love to do that.
Yeah.
So-
And you guys have your own live shows, right? So if they go and like your Facebook page, then they can get notifications on those and join
Yes.
your live as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And then they can find out
we
once
have-
we're able to play again where we're going to be. And
Mhm.
yes,
We have crazy fans called Hollowers. So
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
so and they we love those guys, and anyway.
well, I think you have 3 new followers right now.
Yay.
So, well,
Thank you
thanks
so much.
y'all. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having us. It was our pleasure and an honor, and
Yeah.
we loved it.
And thank you for what you guys do in the military and the military families. Thank you
Yeah.
From the bottom of our hearts for your
Seriously.
service. And God bless you guys. We pray for you and we love you.
We do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Great seeing y'all.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.